Water the cucumbers with this. They will grow instantly. In the summer, you'll be collecting them by the bucketful. This simple fertilizer will make them grow like crazy. It will supply them with necessary nutrients. You'll quickly see the difference. The cucumbers will green up and start growing. Prepare a 1-liter jar and pour in some warm water, but not hot. Add 1 tablespoon of dried yeast to it. Stir the water. Then add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Stir again, cover the jar, and set it aside in a warm, dark place for 2 hours. After this time, prepare a 5-liter bucket with warm water. Pour the yeast water into it, and mix everything. This way, we'll get a yeast fertilizer concentrate. For daily watering of the cucumbers, it still needs to be diluted. Before you do that, water the cucumbers first with plain water. It's important to moisten the soil around the cucumbers well. Then use the jar and scoop out 1 liter of concentrated fertilizer. Pour it into a 10-liter bucket of warm water. This bucket will be enough to water about 10 cucumber seedlings. That's 1 liter of fertilizer per seedling. This way you can water the cucumbers even daily, if necessary. You'll supply the cucumbers with necessary nutrients and stimulate their growth. They'll fruit like never before. Put in bags, hang in the garden, and spray. This tried-and-true trick works not only on aphids and spider mites, but also protects your plants from many pests. When spring comes, all the plants in the garden come to life. If you don't provide them with protection against pests, you'll soon have to fight them. Aphids on roses, fruit trees, and other plants are a nuisance for every gardener. But you can provide them with protection in spring. All it takes is an ecological trick, safe for plants. Additionally, it protects plants even when you're not in the garden or on the plot for several days. Most methods for dealing with aphids require spraying. They need to be repeated, especially after rain, because the spray stops working. But this method won't stop working even after rain. On the contrary, rain works in its favor. It's environmentally friendly. What's so great about it? Soap. Every gardener knows its effectiveness in fighting pests. But few use it in this way. Crush soap into pieces. Prepare scraps of material from an old sheet or cloth. Pack the soap pieces in them. Tie up such bundles on trees and shrubs where you usually fight aphids every year and spray. Wet soap smells more intense. It will repel pests until the rain completely dissolves it. Jedna łyżeczka sprawi, że sadzonki pomidorów będą silne, zdrowe i dobrze ukorzenione. Będziesz zachwycony. Wiotkie i słabe siewki w końcu rozwiną silny system korzeniowy. Nie będą chorować. Ich łodygi i liście zaczną pięknie rosnąć. Sadzonki pomidorów staną się twoją dumą, a wszystko to dzięki jednemu produktowi. Każdy, kto prowadzi domową rozsadę warzyw, wie, jak wiele warunków trzeba spełnić, aby sadzonki były zdrowe i silne. Odpowiednia temperatura, dużo światła i prawidłowe podlewania. To wszystko zapewniłeś swoim sadzonkom, a wciąż są słabe i nie rosną? Wtedy możesz je zasilić. Ochronisz je przed chorobami grzybowymi, które tak często atakują młode siewki. Nie będą też chorować na tak zwaną czarną nóżkę. Taki środek jest doskonały do ukorzeniania młodych sadzonek. Pobudza je do wzrostu. Aby go przygotować, potrzebujesz odstałej wody albo deszczówki. Taką wodę wlej do naczynia. Ten pojemnik ma 0,5 litra pojemności. Dodaj pół łyżeczki miodu i rozpuść go w wodzie. Na litr wody użyj 1 łyżeczkę miodu. Dodaj pół łyżeczki cynamonu. Cynamon ma właściwości antybakteryjne. Chroni również przed pleśnią i wspomaga ukorzenianie jak miód. Taką mieszanką podlej swoje sadzonki. Będziesz zachwycony efektem. Sadzonki pomidorów będą pięknie rosnąć. Będą silne i zdrowe. Add to water and water the peonies. It's the best spring fertilizer for peonies. And soon the peonies will be covered in flowers in return. At this time of year, peonies start to sprout. Here's how beautifully their shoots start to grow. Spring is the right time to start fertilizing them. They are coming to life, and you can provide them with better conditions with the right fertilizer. In a few weeks, you will admire beautiful buds. They will increase every day. Then they will only bloom and smell beautiful. No one can pass by their flowers indifferently. Although they bloom briefly, It's hard to resist their charm. That's why it's worth taking care of them to make them even more beautiful this year. You can make this simple fertilizer anytime. It's best to water the peonies with it from early spring. All you need is a bucket of warm water. Prepare a fertilizer in it that will provide the peonies with the necessary nutrients for growth. It will strengthen their roots and stimulate flowering. Dissolve a cube of yeast in 10 liters of warm water. Leave it for an hour to dissolve and then water the peonies. This non-fermented yeast fertilizer is simple and quick to prepare. If you make fertilizer with yeast and sugar, then leave such fertilizer for a week. After this time, dissolve 1 cup in 10 liters of water and only then water the peonies. Instead of throwing away, pour water and water tomato seedlings. Even the weakest seedlings will grow strong, healthy, and sturdy. All you need is a fertilizer that you can make at any time. It accelerates the growth of tomato seedlings. It strengthens the roots. Just apply it 2 or 3 times every 10 days, for watering but also as a spray. It contains appropriate amino acids, minerals, vitamins, and bacteria. To make it, take ordinary bread. Various bread leftovers, whether fresh or dried, will be suitable. Prepare any jar with a capacity of about 1 liter. Crumble the bread and put it into the jar. Fill the jar with bread to half its volume. Pour water over it. You can use rainwater. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Sugar accelerates fermentation. Cover the jar and set it aside in a warm place for 2 days. After this time, prepare a container with a sieve and strain the bread. Dilute the obtained liquid by pouring 3 liters of water. Add 3 tablespoons of milk. Milk will further improve the fertilizer's properties. Now just water the seedlings. You can feed smaller seedlings using a syringe. Larger ones just need watering. You can also pour the liquid into a sprayer and use it as a spray. You'll see that tomato seedlings will quickly become stronger and won't stretch out. You can also use this fertilizer for other seedlings. For example, for cucumber or pepper seedlings. Add it to the seedlings. Just 1 tablespoon is enough. It contains potassium, phosphorus, and calcium. In addition to that, you'll find about 30 trace elements in its composition. It strengthens the seedlings, making them less susceptible to diseases. It provides essential nutrients. Additionally, it repels pests. It contains calcium, which ensures proper root growth. Thanks to this, the seedlings can absorb all the necessary nutrients from the soil. Phosphorus positively affects flowering and fruiting. Potassium improves the bushing of tomatoes and cucumbers. It strengthens resistance to diseases. All of this is contained in ordinary wood ash. So don't throw it away anymore. You can prepare an ideal fertilizer for seedlings from it. It is suitable for watering young tomato and cucumber seedlings. With one addition, it has even better properties. Pour 1 tablespoon of wood ash into a liter jar. Pour water over it and mix. It can be rainwater. Add 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Vinegar will increase the acidity of the solution. It will improve the absorption of nutrients from the ash. Leave it for about an hour. You will see it gassing. Bubbles will appear inside the jar. Stir and water the seedlings. Feed smaller seedlings with a syringe and water larger ones.